I can't wait on the road again. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your brother New Breed, streaming to you live. Yo, it's the hypocrisy for me. What is good with you? Y'all do me a solid. Pound the like button on your way in. Tell a friend to tell a friend that I'm live, right? I'm bringing y'all along on my road trip, and I got some things to say today. This is going to be a very important dialogue. I'm telling you. I want to talk about the hypocrisy among so-called awakened Israelites. That's what I want to do. And it's so much hypocrisy that y'all going to have to brace yourselves for this one. Seriously. And there's some misnomers that I would like to clear up. There's some things I would like to say in respect of the people, in respect of those who watch the content, as well as those who have been supporters and brothers and sisters who are avid in the building of an actual nation and not just talking. You know, there's some things that I like to clarify, and I want to expose a lot of hypocrisy. And you know, I want to be even critical on myself. Sometimes when you hit this open road, when you hit the open road, it does something, man. You get to reflecting. It is a very good place to think. It is a very good place to examine yourself, because none of us are perfect. And I would be one as the Pharisees and scribes if I'm not able to identify my own shortcomings and some of the things that I can do better as a man, right? And have a level of humility that will transcend all hate. Because this is, listen, what we do on this side is all predicated on love, you know? It's all predicated on truth, sincerity. And a lot of times when you're very sincere with people, it actually shows their true colors. Because you chosen ones got to understand, y'all just too sincere for a lot of people. A lot of people have alternative motives. A lot of people move different out here. And when you're sincere, they don't know how to take that, right? But y'all know lately I've been doing content speaking in regards to what's going on with a lot of these Israelite camps. And there was one video in particular in which I reacted to where IUIC as well as ISUPK were in the middle of the streets fighting. I'm talking about full-blown fighting, going to blows. And I made some very inflammatory statements. In hindsight, when I think about what was said, it could have been said different. It could have been worded differently. But nonetheless, the things that were said did point to a lot of hypocrisy within our people. And you know, I want to say this right now. I could have worded that different. There's times where I'll say things and I'll be like, you know, that was a bit brash. That was a bit aggressive. And sometimes we get caught up in the moment, especially when you streaming live. And I said something to the effect of the police should have came by and they should have shot every Negro out there who was fighting. That's what I said. And it was out of a place of frustration. But nonetheless, it caused a ripple effect. It really did. And it actually pointed to a lot of hypocrisy that goes on with our people. Because there was a lot of people who were upset with those comments. And they were more upset with my comments than the fact that these two camps who were supposed to be awakened Israelites were out there going to blows, fighting over a street corner, banging on each other. Matter of fact, to the point where IUIC, they actually did a citizen's arrest on the brothers from ISUPK and actually walked away, arrested them, walked away and let the police come get them. But nobody was upset about that. But you was upset that New Breed said the police should have came through and aired those brothers out. That's hypocrisy. You understand? So you okay with those brothers laying knees on the back of that other brother's neck? You okay with them doing a citizen arrest and taking them to the police? And all parties involved were wrong. They were all fighting. Normally, typically, when a fight like that happens, everybody's going to jail. Everybody. Which leads me to believe that IUIC are police. And I stand behind that. I don't give a damn what you say, what you think. I believe they working for them people. But nonetheless, my comment about the police should have came through and aired it out showed just how hypocritical people are. And I want to clarify what I meant, because there's a way that I could have said it and the way I should have said it. And now that I'm here and I'm live with y'all, I'm going to say the way I should have said it. What I should have said was, when those brothers were laying on the other brother's stomach and he said, "Get off my stomach," when they were arresting that brother, if the police would have came through and aired the block out, who would you have been upset with? Riddle me that. Who would you have been upset with? Would you have been upset with the police, or the fact that these brothers was out here fighting nearly to death? Because the way they were putting pressure on that man's bones and his body, he could have died. The police could have been heroes in that situation. Thank you for the $20 super sticker. I appreciate it. Somebody said that's a good question. Right. Because our people are always moving they're always moving the goalposts instead of taking responsibility for our trespasses against each other. Us being our number one enemy. We're the reason why we can't get ahead. We always want to point to the quote unquote white man. We're always pointing at somebody while simultaneously destroying each other. Now, from what I've learned, thank y'all so much for the support. I appreciate it. Hold on, let me make sure my live chat is moving. And if you can, ladies and gentlemen, pound the like button on your way in. If you're just joining, pound the like button. What I learned about our people is that they would rather create wars against other awakened Israelites who may not see eye to eye with them, instead of building bridges. And that's a problem. You know, so these so-called awakened Israelites having a disagreement with another brother, they rather take to social media, disrespect, dishonor, bully, critique, criticize. And a lot of times they do it because they want to get that person's following, instead of actually working together. That's hypocritical. Because a lot of these camps and a lot of awakened Israelites, they will even pay money to have a guest on their show who ain't even in the truth. They will pay money. They will give them the utmost respect. They will contact them. They will send them letters. Hey, I want to have you on my show. And they actually collaborate. They do business together. But when it's another awakened Israelites, these Israelites are viewed as competition. So you have to tear them down. You have to antagonize and criticize to try to get their following, to get clout. They're hypocrites. I'm telling you, the level of hypocrisy is amazing. They'll go to links such as spreading all kind of lies, which is slander. It's slander. Legally, that's what it is. If you don't know something, and I advise people all the time, if you don't know something about the next person, don't get online and say it. It's slander. Hearsay, speculation. But the irony of all of this is that we don't honor each other. Yup, somebody said they respect outsiders more than their own. They do. They respect outsiders more than they own. They do. This is a fact. And, you know, even brothers will come together for disagreement, but they won't come together to build anything. That's the crazy part. Let's see here. Somebody said, thumb the video up, family. Somebody said, facts, they hate their own people. They do. This is true. Listen, I've been in this truth for a long time. I have developed a lot of wisdom throughout this awakening. And I realized that a lot of people out here actually have a lot of self-hatred. They actually are more afraid of the villains than the heroes. Right? Hear me out, y'all. Because New Breed made some statements that was a bit inflammatory, which I take those statements back. It is a way I could have worded it. But you notice you have people on the outside, like Charleston White being one of them. He has made lots of statements towards Israelites. Lots of involuntary, just wicked comments. But you have never, and I mean never, seen any camps come together, even call another camp and say, hey, we got to silence this guy. We got to say something about it. We got to expose this. They don't do that. They don't do that. But when New Breed Global Truth says something, you know it's an issue. They go looking for a problem. And that's hypocritical. Especially when, you know, I'm a so-called fellow Israelites. So this whole crabs in a bucket mentality really points to their hypocrisy. Yeah, they allow him to run his mouth in every which way. You know why this situation is this way? Because I'm a doer. I'm not just talking. I'm not a religious person. I'm not here to tickle ears. I'm not here to, you know, trade scripture day in and day out. I'm here for a purpose that the Most High ordained me to be here for. And a lot of times when you moving in your purpose, it's going to create a lot of negative backlash. And that's what I want brothers and sisters to understand. Yo, if they hate you, know that they hated the Messiah first. Know that comes with the territory. The backbiting, the gossip, the lies, the rumors, the innuendos. You gotta be bigger people. And you gotta do what's for the greater good of your people. And gravitate towards the people who show you sincere love towards you. Yep, somebody said going to Liberia was epic. Absolutely. And ever since we got back, it's been battle after war. And that's what's been going on. And it's a reason for that. Real talk. Yeah, somebody said, I'm tired of the backwardness. That's a fact. Me too. I'm tired of the hypocrisy. I'm tired of the hypocrites. You know, Black Lives Matter was basically funded on hypocrisy. You know, because here, these black men were getting executed in the streets, gunned down. And, hold on, let me get over here. Got this oversized 12 load. And you had your Tamika Mallory's and the whole graveyard chasing crew. They used that, and they sear something into our conscience to make us feel a certain way when you talk about a police officer gunning down a black man. Oh, it triggers us. It triggers us as people. And the crazy part of it, ladies and gentlemen, we gun each other down more than anybody. If you look at the actual statistics of police wrongfully killing melanated men, listen, we kill each other a whole hell of a damn lot more than police do. So when you hear a brother say the police should have came down and gunned them all down, which was wrong, I shouldn't have said that. I take that back. I could have worded that a different way. And I know I should have. The Most High said, you know, the Most High, I'm a work in progress. The Most High was like, now breathe. You know, you could be more tactful. But at the same time, it did open up a whole lot of conversations all over the internet. The truth is, through abortion and through us, gun violence, we're doing it to us. So if Israelites can't even get together and see that and come to that conclusion, then we doomed. If you awaken Israelites and you don't get that, if you don't see that issue, if you still going into their narrative, I feel as if you work for them. You're no different than Black Lives Matter. You're no different than all these other organizations who are just opportunists. You understand? Somebody, where you going, Breed? I'm going to the land walk. I told you all we got 100 acres of land over here in North Carolina. I am about 2 hours away, and we're going to be doing that land walk. We're going to be meeting up with brothers and sisters who are ready to build on the land. We're going to have us an off-grid camping trip, and we're going to fellowship with a lot of brothers and sisters, because that's what it's about. That's what it's about. It's about coming together and doing what it is we're supposed to do. Right now, it's important to get a hold of the land, plant your seeds, and do what's necessary. And of course, there's going to be a lot of footage. I'm going to be streaming from the land a lot, and we're going to be building. Yes, yes, indeed. But you know, it's the hypocrisy for me, because these so-called awakened Israelites, they sit here and they talk about the ills of America. They talk about everything. I mean, the inequality, the racism, the evil of the so-called powers that be. But then when there's opportunity to build, these guys ain't nowhere to be found. And I'm speaking to whomever. That's an open rebuke. Whomever. When you see certain opportunities presenting themselves, you would think all of these so-called Israelites, awakened Israelites who know all this biblical truth, would see the signs of the times and say, you know what? I don't care who this is coming from. I don't care, you know, who been awarded these opportunities. Even if I don't agree with that person, you know, an opportunity for our people is an opportunity nonetheless. Y'all didn't see what we did. We done met up with dignitaries in Africa. We done got in contact with all of the tribal communities. We done sat down with the vice president of Liberia. We've had the spiritual